Shenanigans, the foolery, the fuckery of it all. Shenanigans, the foolery, the fuckery of it all.
Come on. Time for another show, kids. Hey. Oh, the light is killing the bright. Hey. What? The fuckery of it all. Bright shenanigans. The foolery. Let's do this. Oh, she's not lit. Okay. Oh, yes, God. Hey, everybody. Give me a second here. Let's get the lighting right, because she's giving me all kinds of ghost phobia. Let's try it this way. Something about this background with the lights I have just really sets it off. I think I'm okay with that. Hey, K. Scott. Oh my goodness, you're on a cruise and you're watching me? Let me get my lighting right in case someone gets in your phone, child. I'm gonna scream. Oh, you want a hand performance? A hand performance? You want me to get mimey? Hold on. You want a little... You want a little hand performance, Matty Rants. Check the beard, check the brows, check the mouth. Get a little juicy. Juicy. Let's try this again. The lighting today is not working with me. It's okay, we'll do what we do. Oh, actually, why don't I do this? Maybe because it's so dark today, it's giving me all this trouble with the lighting. We'll get it right. Hold on, y'all. I just need to accept that I'm really bright and call it a day. That's all I need to do. That's all. Yeah, right here is a little bit better for me. What's up, Ruben Bambi? You gotta have a little tap so you keep it in there. Hey, one of our moderators is here. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Springchild 24. Okay, I'm done being a fool, and we need to get into this conversation that I said we were going to have, and we shall. It is time for a drag race chat with Matty Rants. And we're going over seasons 1 and 2 today. So, all right, all right, all right. Now, let me make sure I say my highs today to everybody who is here. Hey, K. Scott. Hey, Shinigami Maxwell. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Bronwyn. How you doing, mama? FGIT, what's going on? I gave you your hand performance, baby. What's up, Felicia, Medea, K. Scott, Lux, Phil, Mark, the card fighter, Brooke, how you doing? Come on in. Ruben, we had our little highs a little earlier, Mr. Bambi. And there we go. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm not gonna do this on a normal. You know how I normally do with my reviews, where I go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not doing that today. Hey Shannon, hearts back to you, love. Um, Girl, hey Cyber Diva, I'm really hating this lighting right now. It's so homophobic. It's really homophobic. I don't know what to do with this lighting. I feel like if I took that down, would that help? Tyra Sanchez got arrested again. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. No shade. I'm just being like, what's new? If it's been done once, it'll be done again. Let's try this. Let's try this. Yes, there we go. Okay. I needed to open the little blind area a little bit, and that certainly gets me where I want to go. I guess, maybe? I don't know. What is it today with the camera? It doesn't like me. It's so light skin phobic right now. This is crazy. What if I do it like this? Ooh, 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 right there. Okay, yeah, that's fine. A little glow on the side, but we'll be all right. Come on, y'all want another video? Hey, Sam. Oh, speaking of which, everybody, I have been working on the merchandise. I actually did some stuff yesterday and I kind of like it. I'm trying to get that picture that everybody loves to be a little bit bigger on the sweatshirt. So give me a second here. I'm trying to figure out how to work this website that I'm trying to design everything on. And also, the mugs look cute. The mugs are cute. I can't wait. I really want to post it up now and be like, y'all just start buying it, but I'm going to wait until I get everything I want in the actual site to where y'all can buy some merchandise and have some cute t-shirts, cute mugs, cute hoodies, because I know it's cold, so we need some like warmth going on here. And what else was I doing on there? I looked at iPhone cases, but I was like, girl, who wants that? Because low key, y'all all deserve otter boxes. Okay. One of the sweatshirts that I was looking at was like $30. The premium one was 40, and I was like, ooh, I don't want that to be so high. But the $30 one is actually really cute, and I think it's comfy. And I like it because I checked to see what kind of blend of fabric it was, because I'm not gonna let y'all have some shitty shit. So I like the fabric. It's actually the same kind right here that I'm wearing. So if I can rock this inside the house, y'all certainly can love that kind of hoodie. So I'll get it posted up, but I'm trying to get the colors together as far as what I want for y'all to have on colors, because I don't know. I'm a black and white kid, but I can put like a lot of different types of colors on black and white, so we'll see. But I'm working on it. I have not forgotten, and I'm actually taking this like full throttle with the merchandise part. So coming soon to you. Now, before we start this discussion, as you know, I'm currently trying to get to Los Angeles to see my boy Jamar84, because we're low-key going to be living together for 2 months while I get my place together. And we need to record and review for RuPaul's Drag Race, etc. And also me going out there to act and host radio gigs, whatever they can give me, honey. I'm going to be auditioning like a motherfucking nut job. So help your boy out, because I ran into a really nasty situation. That GoFundMe page link is in the description, or super chat by all means necessary. I thank you so much for your support. I love you guys. You don't even understand. Season 1, Season 2 talk now. Okay. What's up, Carnage DeCarlo? Thank you for making it to Alive. You are here. You're here. So how do we start this conversation with the Season 1 girls and the Season 2? Do we start with 1 or 2? I will be at DragCon this year for sure, because if I'm living in LA, I have no excuse. So currently I'm rocking the Season 1 filter. No, let me really get the Season 1 filter going. There we go. So what I'm going to do for all of the Season 1 talk is we're going to talk about the Season 1 filter. I'm going to give that for the rest of this, okay? Yeah, that's about right. No flaws, just bright. No, I can't do that to y'all. I wouldn't be able to look at myself like this filter. Oh my god. Lights away, lights away. Okay. That'd be messed up if I did the whole thing like that. Okay, so season one. Who actually watched season one? Out of all of you, who was on, had cable at the time or was old enough to watch it because your parents, weren't crazy about stuff or you were in your own shit, who watched season one? Let's get a show of hands here. One, two, three, four, five. Come on, and yeah. So, okay, so season one was interesting. And I hope y'all hear me when I'm talking to you about this because this is. How did you feel? Oh, see, Anna, you saw it on VH1. I saw it on Logo. And then I remember VH1 played it like the following day, really late at night. Oh, Nick Johnson, thank you for the 10. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, so season one was a big deal for me because I remember when they were, promoting it. And I was like, what is this shit? I was like, wait, we're doing a drag show? Like this is really happening? And how old was I when that came out? Let's take a look. I think I was in college when this came out. Um it was a big deal for me because I've never seen anything like that on television. And the fact that it was something that RuPaul did, and we all knew who RuPaul was, but we never saw her past anything but, appearances or possibly in a movie somewhere. And then, of course, the RuPaul show happened like when we were very young for some of us. For me, I don't even think, I think I was, yeah, I was like 3 or 4 when the RuPaul show came out. I'm trying to remember when exactly that was, but, okay, so 2009. So yeah, I was out of college when this happened. So 2009, I think what was I? Tell my age. I think I was like what 23? Yeah, 23. I was 23. And I was out of college and that show they promoted it and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I think I was living with my ex at the time. And when it aired, it blew my fucking mind. I was like, what is this? What is this? Is this a pageant? I'm like, this is a pageant for television, and RuPaul is the fucking grand poobah of it all. Now, I'm gonna also be real with you and say that when the girls walked through the door, very little of them impressed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh my God, fool, a fool, a fool. Like everybody came in and I was like, no, she's basic. No, she's basic. No, she's basic. No, she's basic. Nina Flowers came in and it was like, okay. And then a couple others were just kind of rolling through, but everybody rolled up in there looking basic. Let's be honest, clear, and front about it. Even Nina Flowers, they all came in basic. But to us as viewers, we were like, whoa, what we were looking for the illusion. That's what we were doing. We were like, oh, this is the illusion. We're trying to see who was the most fishy looking. You know what I'm saying? That's because that was our impression of drag at the time, and that's how the television presented it to us. And that was the start of our drag phenomenon with TV. These girls walked in some Ross attire. No tea, but they did. Going on an interview for somewhere that's gonna only pay them $9.50 and they're going to be okay with it because the healthcare plan is going to be shit, but as long as they got it. Like, bitch, listen, that's the truth. And it took some serious, you're fine, Arlie. It took some serious time for that show to really pick up as far as production goes and everything else. But for what we had, we were thankful for and we lived for it. We were introduced to Merle Ginsburg, who I remember from, I think, Project Runway or something like that. I believe I remember her from Project Runway. Something else like that. And of course, Santino Rice was there. Again, knowing him from Project Runway, I was like, okay. No, Merle Ginsburg was on some other show. She wasn't on Project Runway. She was on some other fashion show that was on Lifetime, if I'm correct. She was on a team with somebody else, and she was supposed to be some stylist or some other shit like that. Hey, Camilla. Um, if I'm remembering correctly, where Merle Ginsburg came from. And then we had guest judges. I mean, hello, Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child was a guest judge on Drag Race. They got Michelle. I'm like, did Kelly ever show up? No, not Kelly nor B. They needed to be there. But I hate this lighting. It is so homophobic. I am not this bright, y'all. I promise you. It's a legitimate career. It's not a hobby anymore, and it already was a career for some people, but now it's like a real time. We got actual good money, not just tips. Good money. You need to book me for such and such amount of dollars to be here for this amount of time. I am the headline queen. I have been on TV. You can actually pay me my dues. Like, come on now. But to go over all the girls here, because I just want to do that for season one. I honestly was happy that BB won season one of Drag Race. If Nina Flowers had won, I'd have been okay too. It was either of the two. It could have been either one. I'm not going to be one of these fans who I feel are assholes when they do this. It should have been, it should have been, it should have been. I know I've said that in the past before, but I've totally let that go. I let it go. I can't be that guy. I don't think that's fair to the other girls who I feel worked just as hard as another individual to get somewhere to then get that crown. Like, if I did that, the whole Trixie thing, yeah, I'm mad about that. But again, that was more so the queens who were eliminated doing that shit versus Trixie. Trixie had nothing to do with that. So I can't blame Trixie for what Chi Chi and the rest of them made in their decision making. That's why I can't be pressed about the whole thing. I'm upset, but it's like, that's not, that's not her fault. So back to the whole BB thing. It was either BB or Nina. And honestly, that was like that for the whole season. And also, I think Chanel personally had a good run at it too. But Chanel shot herself in the foot with that whole I eliminate myself tea. And I was like, girl. But I do feel they gave Chanel a really hard time during the season. They really did give Chanel a very hard time. And Chanel was one of my favorites throughout the entire season. She was the body queen. Rebecca wished she could. Rebecca wishes she could. But Chanel was my body queen. I like Chanel. So I'm going to go over the girls right now and give my opinions on them and, how their run was on the show and how they are right now. Now, probably you could arguably say this is the most, I guessed. Why did I put a T at the end of that? I guess the most famous girl from season one, if you really could say that, would be Victoria Porkchop Parker, because Victoria was mentioned every season after that. It was, hey, Porkchop, always in the audience, whatever the case may be. As the first eliminated Rue girl, Rue always gave her some kind of love and some kind of spot. And she ended up always coming back for more, including a couple of the episodes where they needed her in the audience for things or stuff like that. So yeah, Porkchop was the first to go, but Porkchop really did leave a very good impression on Rue and a lot of us as well, because Porkchop gave you Southern love, and it was just, not, it just wasn't for her. Now, let's see here. I may not go in order here, so please forgive me if I'm doing this. I just kind of wrote these down. Tammy Brown. We need to talk about Tammy Brown. Tammy Brown is legendary. I'm not talking about All Stars 1 Tammy Brown, because that is iconic. But Tammy Brown from season 1 was like legendary because Tammy was so different. Now, you want to talk about different? Now, Nina was, of course, weird and stunning at the same time, but Tammy was fucking crazy hula hoops. But we were all on the ride for Tammy. Felicia, she used to scare you. Those eyebrows used to wear me low. But I liked Tammy because Tammy had this very zany sense of humor. Good morning, Edward. She had a very zany sense of humor. But Tammy also was extremely brilliant and very intelligent, articulate, and Miss Thing knew how to read, girl. Oh, now listen, that reunion, when her and Rupaul got into it, when she say, watch your mouth? I don't see you out there walking children in nature, child. I was done. I said Tammy is iconic just for that. But yeah, I like Tammy. She just had this weird, kooky little sense to her. You know how she used to do her arms and she'd be all "Ooh, wampa wampa." Um, but yeah, I like Tammy. I'm gonna try this light one more time. No, she's ugly. Okay. Oh, well, good evening. For those of you who are not in the morning sphere as I am, good evening. For those in the afternoon, good afternoon. And good morning. That's buenos dias, tardes, and noches. Okay. I saw Tammy perform in a club called Oasis in Upland, California, a year before she did Drag Race. She was coolness. Tammy was always on her own planet, but so fun. But that was why we liked Tammy, because Tammy marched to the beat of her own drum and didn't change for nobody. Not Rue, not the rest of the cast, nothing. She did not come on the show and go, you know what? I didn't do so well because I was this way, so I'm just going to change my entire look up. No, Tammy stuck to what she knew, and that was Tammy. Okay, and that's why I give Tammy Brown always a round of applause. And I was very happy to see her on All Stars 1, although I feel they should have let her do her own thing and she would have actually made it quite far on her own thing, but you know how it is. Um, the next person who I want to get to here, who honestly, I don't know what to say. I don't want to shade them, but I want to shade them. I want to turn this light off so bad. It is just, ugh. Maybe it's too close to my face, and this is what this is all about. Whatever. Okay. That would be Akasha. Now, Akasha, where do you, I don't know where to go with that one. I don't want to be that guy, but God, girl, if that wasn't the most rinky-dink drag queen to ever postpone and show herself on any show, I don't know what to tell you. And I don't want to be that person and be rude about it because everyone has their own aesthetic and shit. But I never got the aesthetic from that one. Hey, evening. Hey, everybody, all those who are new in here, I'm sorry. Let me continue with this. I mean, what is there to say? Like, I can't think of one positive moment from her being on the show. And then when she came back for the whole season 10 thing and she was dancing up there, I was wondering what the fuck the makeup was going through. I was like, Jesus, girl. I don't know. Everything was hooker. Everything was hooker. Everything was hooker. It was like she'd walk out slut, hooker, tramp, trollop. Everything was that. Oh, the fall was epic. Now that was epic. I will give her that. That bitch right there. That bitch right there, I'll give her coots for that one. That fall was timed on the money. I'll give her that one. That season 10 finale makeup should have been shot. It looked like, have you seen that episode where Homer is thinking of ideas for stuff to create and he wants to make money and he creates a makeup gun from a shotgun and he shoots Marge in the face and the makeup's like BAM! And that is exactly what Akasha's makeup gave me for that season 10 reunion, whatever you want to call that shuck and jive foolishness that we saw. But to be clear, she wore those lip syncs out though. I'll give her that. But then again, she didn't really have that much competition of who she was lip syncing against. So, and Chanel straight up Chanel wore her low. Chanel wore her low. Let's be real. That Whitney Houston song, bitch. Medusa got you. Has season 1 been covered already? Chrisette, we're going over season 1 right now, mama. You came right in time, girl. We're just on Akasha right now. The foolishness of season 1. Do you think she deserves a spot on All Stars? No. No. Do you watch those Drag Race spoiler videos? What do you think of them? Cassandra, not a fan. And if you want to really hear my thoughts on that, the last video I posted and the one before that, I dive into it for like 10 to 15 minutes, for sure. Her and a lot of them from season 1. Oh, this light is curling. Okay. How am I gonna do this? I hate how bright this side of my face is looking. As I'm reading somebody while I'm looking like Casper the Ghost right now. If you can't read yourself, there we go. This is a little bit better. I'm giving more Phantom of the Opera tease. So Chanel was queen, just self-destructive. Oh, we'll get to Chanel in a second because I got a lot to say about Chanel because she was low-key one of my favorites from the season. Okay, so I want to go to Jade Santameyer. So Jade looked good in and out of drag. And for me, it was the out of that really pulled me together. But Jade was beautiful, but that whole tucking situation was what killed me. I remember when it was like that meaty tuck, and they kept wearing her out about that. Like, girl, if you don't put that thing in there. And for me, I was like, child, low key, Jay couldn't help that. If it's big, it's big. Maddie, you got me leaving church hopping on this. All right, amen. Thank you, Jesus. I'm glad you went and praised the Lord this morning. Hallelujah. Yo. I like Jade, but Jade kind of let Rebecca get to her a little bit. And that really, I think, fucked with her and her entire run on the show. I think she could have gone a lot further if she didn't let Rebecca try her. Because Rebecca really wasn't nobody. And I'm going to get to that in a second, too. Ooh, I couldn't stand Rebecca Glasscock for all of season 1. I didn't understand the confidence. I didn't get it. I did not. Shay uses 4 pieces of tapes to hold her blessings. I saw that. Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet because I've seen the drag race leaked, pictures of people's penises, and I wasn't impressed by nobody. Let's see here. So off of Jade, I want to get to Angina. Angina. I liked Angina. Angina was low-key a really important part of Drag Race Season 1 because Angina also brought awareness to HIV and AIDS. And that was a really great moment for the show to have on a first season basis and to be they were educated people on what was, not too much. It wasn't like they talked about everything like we're in the clinic and we're having that discussion, but they touched it in a way to where people could understand and resonate with what she was going through and then be able to place themselves in that situation as well as love Angina more for being so vulnerable and telling us what she is dealing with and what she currently is trying to live with and be successful in overcoming. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna stay with her forever. However, she can still not be a stereotype and be able to keep herself healthy, clear, and conscious and work and have a full life. Hey, Lynn. So I enjoyed that part of Drag Race with Angina. It was like, thank you. I'm so glad that they gave her that moment to share and that they were very open and candid about it. And also, I do agree with you, Ruben. I'll go ahead and say it too. Should have been on All Stars. Okay? On why the show doesn't see Angina as viable contestant for All Stars. I don't think they don't see her that way. I think that they're concerned with the whole bald shtick being something that is consistently going to be her runway look because Michelle likes variety. But I think that for the producers, they're trying to figure out for her where they could place her in a group of people where she can still stand out, but also, do well. Because I think on my behalf, I like to say that producers don't go, let's just invite her to see her go home first. I think they put together a cast of people who they think will actually bring some kind of atmosphere to the show. Be mellow, be loud, be cool, be the aggressive one, be the comedian, whatever the case may be. They may be trying to figure out where to put her specifically in that bubble. Is she the fashion girl? Is she the comedy girl? Is she the all-around queen? Like, you can't put two of the same in the same show sometimes because it then fucks up the whole chemistry of how everything gets put together and what we as people find to be an interesting show. So you need a little variety. So that's where my thoughts on that are for Angina. But I do think Angina should be on at least another All-Star season. If not this one coming up, All-Stars 5. So do not mind me as I swig this song. It's peach. Okay. Up next on the agenda for season 1 would be our good friend that we all so love is Rebecca Glasscock. I shaded Akasha. Do I shade Rebecca? Do I shade Rebecca? Do I shade Rebecca? So, Rebecca was the herpes Thor of season 1. I never understood why in all of God's green earth she got so far. I never knew. I did not understand it. I never got to it. I was like, she low key wore jeans every other episode and a t shirt that was long enough to be a dress. The makeup was never good. It was like, no, she's a boy. She's a boy. And it's like not all the drag queens need to look and be a woman. I'm not saying that, but it was that jaw fucking line, sis. Could cut through bricks. I didn't understand it. I hate to be the shady one to come for her like this. I just never got it. I never got it. I never got it. And her attitude towards the other queens is what really that killed me even further. I was like, this old tramp. Oh my God. Rude. She was so fucking rude. It was just not even funny. She was low key Chi Chi Rodriguez from Chu Wong Fu. A boy in a dress. And she made it far. I don't understand. I never understood that. And I'm like, was it because the producers thought she was cute and somebody was fucking on the side? I never got that. It's like, what? Who cares? Like, Yeah, Willem has a jawline, but that girl's was like Danger Will Robinson, Danger jawline, okay? Um, Hi, Maddie. I finally caught another live. Oh, hey, Alatex. Okay, little Latin boy in drag. Why are you crying? Because you two are so beautiful. That's all. Well, child, I never got why Rebecca was on the show, but Tammy's head was like Willem's because they have a big old head. No shade to Willem. I'm a huge fan of Willem. That's one of my favorite girls from Drag Race. But yeah, exactly what they think and back it up. I like them and what they say, but you respect them. True, I do. I understand. Like, listen, I'll read these girls, but I still respect their hustle. I respect their drag. I respect what they do. And I'm not going to be the one to go, well, fuck your drag. Yeah, Rebecca looks a fool, but I'll give her some credit in saying that this bitch got up there, tucked something behind something, walked on through and made it on the show. So she's doing better than a lot of other bitches. However, I'm just not a fan of the glass cock. And I didn't, and that last name too wasn't cute for me. I was like, glass cock? Oh, come on now. If it was Cece Glasscock, that would have been cuter. Like from the nanny, like Cece Babcock. Yeah, okay. But Edward, I honestly couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't care. To be honest with you, that was just something that needed to be. Also, India Farah quit drag for a second, but when the last time I went to Vegas, I saw her in drag at this Vegas club. That's a funny story. But okay, let me get to. Oh, I also saw Jack. What's the Dax exclamation point in New York at some club, child. Ooh, that was weird. But she was out of drag. She wasn't in drag, and she was wearing the same exact outfit she wore for her interviews 3, 4 years later. I was like, okay. But no, Nina Flowers. Let's get no. Not to Nina just yet. Let's get to Chanel. Chanel was actually my favorite queen of season 1. Next to BB and Nina, I was all team Chanel because Chanel came in like, I am the one. I am bad. I am this. I am that. And she got reality checks every other fucking Oh, Arlie, this is a 12-year-old jacket. I'm not girl, bye. Don't do that. I have nothing but old clothes, sis, but I'm just saying I literally saw her in her interview clothes in front of me, and it was just a surreal moment because it was like, really, girl? I said, did you just walk off set? That's what it felt like. But Chanel, though, Chanel was basically, she was the one. I thought Chanel was gonna honestly win the show low key. I thought she was gonna be top 3 or at least top 2. Chanel just was the one. This bitch juggled on the runway. One more time. Bring it back. Bring it back. This bitch juggled on the runway. Nobody was doing that. Nobody was doing that. She served body. She made her looks. Girl was one. They kept saying she was costumey and blah 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 blah, and I was like, what the fuck? I hated how much slack they gave her. I hated it. I'm sorry, flack. I hated how much flack they gave her. It was so unnecessary, and I felt unwarranted, and I felt a little bit like Santino was a little bit raw booty about Chanel or something like that. I don't know, but the way they did Chanel, I wasn't a fan of. Pissed me off. And she can paint for filth. That mug was always won. Wigs was always right. There was never an off-center moment from... Come on now. So, now All-Stars 1, that's a different story. That's a different story. There had been time between season 1 and All Stars 1, and girl, things change. Now, she still was serving some fucking looks for that ass, but she wasn't the same Chanel we knew from season 1 on All Stars 1. It was a little crazy. But yeah, Chanel will always be one of my favorite Drag Race queens, period. Yeah, I think a long time ago, I sent her something and she said, "Thank you so much, love." Like on, I think it was like MySpace or some shit. But yeah, Chanel was one of the ones. So let's see here. Let's see here. Where is my profile photo? Where's my profile photo? Critique she received was still bullshit though. She serves looks and she made her filth. Right. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. What is your opinion on RuPaul in regards to transgenders being on the show? Ooh, James. Off topic. Off topic. I'm gonna reserve my statement on that. I've made it before on Instagram. I'm gonna reserve it for that because I don't think it's a fair question to ask, because sometimes in situations like that, when you then bring up, well, if this is okay, then that's okay, and if this is okay, then that's okay, and this, that, and the other. I don't agree with things that were said and how they were conveyed and projected at the time in that interview. I don't agree with that, and I feel that some of the words that were used or whatever was said could have been worded completely differently to actually make more sense versus fuel a fire that never needed to be fueled in the first place. And some things can be considered insensitive. However, there is an argument to be made about certain things when it comes to having somebody on a show that is in a fully different gender identity, to where then there are people who are not in the same identity, where it shouldn't still be, only this amount of people in here. But it then goes into, well, what is now considered fair? If you're now looking for someone to look more of a woman and very much that illusion, a trans model could be considered, or a trans woman, excuse me, model, I don't know why I said that, trans woman would be considered to have an upper advantage, if that is what is the criteria and what is being looked at as more acceptable and wanting of the audience and the judges. That is my only thing with that. However, you can say the same for men who do drag at the same time, right? So in this case, I go, Detox, for example, and Trinity Taylor have done surgery to accentuate certain parts of their body that when they're in drag give them a more woman-esque illusion. So is that considered cheating too? This is where I go, I don't know where to stand on that argument, because drag is drag, absolutely. However, when is it and what will it be? When is it and when is it and what will it be that you go, okay, that's no longer acceptable because now we're showing favoritism? That's the issue, okay? That's the only thing I have for that. So yes, it's okay, I understand, but if it's now turning into, well, she needs to look like this in order to be the winner, then I have an issue. Because if we've seen in the past, comedy queens have won, very, very beautiful girls who give nothing but the illusion of femininity have won, etc. But what are we looking for now? What is the new thing? Aquaria was just the winner, okay? Aquaria just won. So Aquaria gives very feminine, very femininity. It's just, it exudes from the quality, but she's also a fashion girl. So what's next this time? Is it going to be the same thing and we're going to have a trend of that going on, and that you're going to invite all these girls on, but really this is what you're looking for? So I stand in understanding where the trans community can feel slighted by this, absolutely. I also understand from the plight of a gay man who does drag, who feels that that's not fair, where he is coming from. My whole issue is, how would it be put together? And how would it be done fairly, so that if we all are doing this now, what is to explain. And the next thing too is where someone would, I guess, I don't know, it's not for people to be like, I guess, confused over or where they need an explanation for that. But someone will watch the show and they'll see two people and they'll be like, so one of them's trans and one of them's gay. So what's the difference? And that conversation then happens and blah 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 blah. That's silly and minute. That's something that can be easily explained, but it is up to the person who is then receiving that information to take it and then be like, oh, knowledge, I understand, move on. Right? Okay, cool. Well, that's the thing. All the looks are considered costumes, but there are also looks that are being put together that could be considered very fashion forward and also runway ready. So Chanel's looks were not runway ready. Chanel's looks were costumey. And that's the truth. And they look good. They look good, but they were costumey. So some of the queens or some of the judges may not like costumey all the time, just some of the time. But when certain challenges require, I would love a runway ready look, and you don't present it, then you're a costume queen and then you're put in a box. So yeah. So that is my intake on the whole trans issue. I don't want to talk about it again unless somebody is paying me to sit on a panel for it. But but that's my feelings on it. I'm for it, and also understanding why it's not cool. And then I have to go, well, how are you gonna put it together, and how are you gonna explain it to people? Because if you did it so well with drag, you need to do the same thing with the trans community and give them that piece too. Because you just can't just do one thing and then go, well, they'll just throw them in there. They'll figure it out. No, you have to explain stuff so the viewers are not confused and getting things mixed up. And now trans women are having to explain, no, I'm not just a gay man. I'm not that. I'm not this. I'm actually a woman. I've always been a woman. They have to explain that correctly, because people really like to misconstrue stuff, child, and then take it to another level. And you know how it is. It's like, why am I having to tell you something that makes sense just coming out of my mouth? So yeah. Bam. Now, on to Nina Flowers. Y'all got me on a 10-minute answer for the trans question here. But I love y'all. I thank y'all for the question here. Nina Flowers was a flippin' delight. Nina Flowers is legendary, and Nina Flowers broke that mold for the weird and for the avant-garde girls to get in the game. Because everything Nina did was not pageant, it was not conventional, it was it was very editorial, and it was coming from this kind of muscular, very muscular bottom who gave you very much butch out of drag, but totally threw you for a loop when he would put his look together. There's so much respect for that. You know what I'm saying? There's so much respect I have for that entire brand that Nina presented for Drag Race. And I think Nina also gave room for a lot of girls to come in and showcase that total opposite of what we expect something to look like when it comes to drag and performance artistry, excuse me. So yeah, huge fan. Again, it could have been her and it could have been BB. I thought it was gonna be Nina, to be honest with you. When BB's name was said, I screamed so loud because I was a huge BB fan, and I'm about to get to BB in a second. But yes, Nina was that one. I think the reason Nina didn't win was because Rue thought BB was more traditional drag, and also BB spoke better English than Nina. Just my thoughts. BB did, but both Nina and BB were like very international queens. So for me, I thought it would have been a win-win either way. But yeah, BB was a little bit more presentation ready when it came to commercial buyers versus Nina Flowers. Nina was very for the kids to go, ooh, the ones who like are very artsy to go, yeah, that's it. But for commercial buyers, BB currently, BB was like that one for me personally. No, she was not. And that's the thing. Nina was not a Latin queen, like not just a Latin queen. Definitely, let's say that again. Not just a Latin queen. She was like all of these things. And she showed out, and she did a good job on her season, honestly. And I felt really bad for Nina Flowers on All Stars 1 because she did not deserve that. She did not deserve that. She needed to be by herself, not in a team. She'd have been fine. All right. Ooh, that swig did me right. Last but not least, Bibi Zahara Benet. Bibi Zahara Benet. Cameroon. Cameroon. Oh, would y'all like to know a fun fact about me? So, I found out through my ancestry.com in my DNA, 23, whatever the fuck it is, that I actually have there's certain African countries that I have that make up me, but Cameroon is about 15%. And I was like, get out of here. There's a couple other countries out there, including Egypt and Ghana, and I can't remember the other one. I need to look it back up. But yes, I was like, oh, I feel this much closer to Bibi. Oh, I was like, girl, I could say Cameroon and it means something now. Who I sound like. It's like you find out. You find out. But yeah, I found out that I have Cameroon in my blood, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Matty Rants, Michael gonna snatch you up, child. Hold on, sis. Listen, as long as I get to make it through the finals. No. Cameroon. Yes. But there's multiple countries I have my African ancestry from, so that was really amazing to see that. And I suggest y'all do that 23andMe shit because I was pretty impressed. And everything I said, when everyone's like, "What do you mix with?" I was like, "Yeah, I was actually pretty on point." So, but back to this, Bibi Zahara Benet was. We got a taste of Africa. We got a taste of motherland. We got a taste of some real like groundedness from somebody. She was very professional. She was very, Bibi. Bibi just kind of exuded like, yes, queen. Like you just wanted to say that when you would see her come out in the runway. And she was good for presentation. She was good. Thank you, Ruben. She was really good at presentation and just all of that. So huge fan of Bibi. Her berry acai dress, I think, was my fairy was my favorite one that she did next to her finale dress. I love that finale dress. I love how she did her wigs, and it just was her updos. Yes, those updos, baby. All Stars 3. There were really great moments, but honestly, after seeing it again, I'm like, Bibi, I'm glad you went on All Stars 3 to get your face back out there again. You know what I'm saying? But I could have low key waited for you to come for a winter season or something. But I also was just glad to see Bibi on a show again. And we got a lot of shady moments from Bibi on All Stars 3. So it was like seeing Bibi in a different light. Like, oh shit, our season 1 winner is a mess. But Bibi's legendary, and you gotta love Bibi. Cameroon, Cameroon. mm. C'est bon, c'est bon. All right, Dick. She was Regal personified. She was, and I think that's why she won. Because I think that's what she wanted everyone to see as the first to win kind of win goes. Who she picked? No, Bibi didn't pick nobody. She was not a part of the what's it called? Ooh, this election is round the corner. I hope y'all went and voted. I hope all of y'all went out and voted. I voted, so I need y'all to make sure that we got the right people in office this time. But yeah, season 1 was the worst filtered show ever created on the planet. It was, a little wonky. One of the people who was on the pit crew, it was a friend of mine on Facebook, and he became a bigger fitness star now. His name's Max Philiser, if y'all remember who that was. Yeah, so, I have early voting out here. I'm sorry, we had early voting in Texas. So, we did early voting, and I did that Thursday. So, yeah, I need y'all to do the same. Get out there and vote, honey. But yeah, it was still a good season to start us off with because we didn't know after that if they were gonna do a season 2, or we just weren't aware if it was just gonna continue. Like, Noah's Ark was on around this time, and we had all that type of stuff. But we just were not ready for the next. Because let's be real. Season 1 was the beginning, but season 2 was the start. That was where it all went down. That was where the real shade came out and where we had a list of queens. Like, I'm telling you, way more than season one. Season one had what, 9 girls? Is that right? Let me think here. Victoria, Tammy, Akasha, Jade, Angina, Rebecca, Nina, BB, Chanel. Yeah, 9 girls. So there was not that much. There wasn't that many episodes. It wasn't fully produced the way we would it wasn't fully produced the way we would have liked it to be, and it just it was just new. So we were like, okay, we don't know where this is going and how if next season's gonna be the same kind of shit, right? Noah's Ark was canceled, and that was the worst decision they ever made. I don't understand it. It was a great show, but yeah. But season two, we got to talk about that, and this is the second part of this. So if you've been watching here and you're on this live, thanks for keeping up with me. We've been talking about RuPaul's Drag Race, the old episode. Season one we just finished, and now we're on to season two. Before I start on season two, please, y'all, I'm trying to get to Los Angeles. I gotta record with Jamar84, get the podcast together, as well as do acting, radio hosting, and all the stuff I'm gonna be auditioning for like a madman. So if you can donate to the Matty Rants Fund, that GoFundMe link that's in the description, please and thank you. I'd really appreciate it as I try to get out to LA as soon as possible. I'm trying to get out here before this holiday special. So that would really help. Also, if you can super chat, that'd be awesome too. And I thank you so much for your support. Thank you all for showing your love for me, and I really appreciate it. That merchandise is on the way soon, and you'll have a lot to choose from hoodies and hats and all that fun stuff, okay? All right. Now that this speech has been made and I get on to season two, here we go. Season two was fuckery. Oh, it went in season two. The kids, the kids, the kids. ZZ Chili, thank you, baby. I see your donation. Much love to you. I appreciate it. We were introduced to Shangela for 1 minute. And now Shangela's that bitch. Okay, y'all think about that. We were introduced to Shangela on this season, and Shangela went home first. Gone. Came back season 3. Bam. Made her ass all the way. What was that, top 6? She made it very far. And then we get her to All Stars. Come on, come on. Like, Shangela really, like, that was amazing. It was pretty amazing. Gotta love Shangela. You gotta love Shangela. Shangela, that was the beginning of the start of Shangela, and it was pretty amazing. And she came in like she was horrible. Let's be real, she was horrible. It was pretty bad. All right, I'm giving some love to Alicia, my moderator here, girl. You rock. I see you were on top of that, love. Thank you. Right, Mario. Oh, come on, Alicia. Oh, give some applause for Alicia for that one. That was good. But yeah, Shangela, we got to see her beginning, and then we saw the middle, and then we see Shangela now, and now Shangela is in A Star Is Born, a movie that is going to be nominated for Oscars. You know she's going to be able to get on the red carpet. I'm so proud of Shanji Angie. I'm so proud of Shanji. Okay? Shangela was, it was the start. It was the start. And you know what? We need to give Jennifer Lewis love too, because Shangela went to live with Jennifer. And a lot of Shangela and Jennifer, that's a mixture, honey. So, Jennifer Lewis is low-key one of my favorite actresses. I really, 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 really want to meet her. It's a life goal for me to meet Jennifer Lewis, because I need to talk to her. I just need to talk to her. I'll be like, can I just ask you 5 questions and you just answer honestly so I can just feel like right in the world, okay? Yeah, I've seen their show. Shangela and Jennifer Lewis had a show on YouTube, you guys. If you've not seen it, look it up. Just type in Shangela and Jennifer Lewis. It's one of the funniest little series they had. They were trying to get the show picked up to go on television, but it didn't. They should have still continued to film, but it's pretty funny, so I would take a look. But yeah, we had Shangela. Let's see here. Okay, now I'm going to start this now a little bit differently, not going in the order of eliminated, but just going over some queens. Jessica Wilde. Ooh, now Jessica Wilde, I low-key feel Jessica Wilde was robbed for that lip sync against Tatiana. I'm going to be honest and say it right now. I feel in my heart of hearts that she was robbed for that lip sync. I feel she was robbed. I wonder why. Mm. He's the greatest dancer. I wonder why. Yes, like she was cutting up. I don't understand. I love that. Her commercial for Absolute was terrible, but it was it was terrible, but it was so funny at the same time. It was great. I didn't think Tati should stay. Her skirt kept rising up and shit, and it just was looking like she was fixing her clothes half the time. I wasn't a fan of Tatiana this season. I'm gonna be real with you, to be honest with you. I'm a fan of Tati for All Stars 2. I was a fan of her then, but for season 2, I was not a fan of Tatiana. I was not. And that low key was because I was a fan of Ravens and I was a fan of Tyra's. So with the Raven Tyra combination, and them not liking Tati, it was like guilty by association with me for not liking Tatiana for all of the season. That, and I felt she was unpolished the entire time. The entire time. She looked good. She was cute. She gave you femininity. I'm stealing that, Alex. No, I'm not. She gave you feminine qualities, but I just wasn't a fan of her attitude. I was not a fan of her attitude. She was rude and very spoiled, in my opinion. But no, I wasn't a fan. Um, why did I get to Tatiana? I didn't even get a moment to just be. I needed to get a moment with her. I'll give Tatiana time, y'all. I'm not done with her. And that was me just reading for the most part. I'll give you some nice Tatiana because I did like certain stuff about Tati. Okay. Let's see here. Do. Oh yeah, Tati. Why are you talking? Tatiana had a lot of good reads, honey. She had a lot of good reads. I will go ahead and admit, I will admit, she got Tyra together in that back room, and it was so funny. But I didn't like Tatiana for the most part because I just felt she was unpolished and that she was getting by on just one look. And it was like, nah. But she was reading. She was reading. Let's get to Juju B. Juju B. Juju B. Juju B. Juju B. Juju B. I love Juju B. Juju B was everything to me. Yeah, Jujubee was everything. I love y'all love Tati. I really don't care. You can, and hey, love her. But I thought she was trash season 2. All Stars 2, she was right on the money. But season 2, girl, please. That was everything from the mall and all. Nothing but the mall. It was Claire's. It was Agachi or whatever the fuck that store was. Wet Seal. When it was still in stores, that was all that was. Nope. Juju could have one. I don't know about that. I mean, am I lying? It was Wet Seal. It was Wet Seal, girl. Like, and y'all remember that store. You know how they had all the same colors and those. They never changed up their colors no matter what season it was. It was always those same raspberry and pumpkin colored shit. Oh, it was terrible. Juju was adorable. Thank you. Da 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 da. Choices. Da 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 da. Nicole was the mess. Ooh, I'm gonna get to Nicole Page Brooks. I saw her in person as out of drag and child. I wanted to give her a sandwich. Let's see here. She told us it was Wet Seal. Hey, Gregory. I'm sorry. It was. Like, I did. I wanted to give Nicole Page Brooks a sandwich when I saw her. We were outside of somebody's club in Atlanta, Georgia. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I was on that gay street where all the clubs are, and there was a bar. I don't know if it's Poor Richards or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but I saw her walk out, and everyone was like, "Oh, there's that." Someone was like, "That's Nicole Page Brooks," and she made a statement like, "I'm Nicole Page." Da 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 da. And it was a joke, but when I saw her, I was like, "My God, she needs a sandwich." And that's all I said to myself, and I let it go from there. And I said, either it's been a rough 5 years, or she needs a sandwich. Either way, no shade. She just looked hungry. And I knew she wasn't because she'd been drinking. So obviously she had some money. She looked hungry. But Juju B, back on to Juju B. Juju B, I had the nerve to be reading Tyra by her mouth, but she also had a fucked up grill too. Her bottom teeth was junk. But Juju B was also one of the best narrators for season 2. She was one of the best narrators for all of season 2. Had Jujubee not been on there, we wouldn't have got through most of season 2. I'm gonna be real with you. Raven, Jujubee, and it was Raven, Jujubee, Tatiana, Pandora Box, and somebody else were like the perfect narrators for season 2. Oh, they were perfect. Juju always threw that shade, but she would be really nice low key at first, and then if you like try to get her, she'd have to like get you right on together. So I was always here for it. We're getting to Morgan. I'm going down the list. Come on, hold on, everybody. I'm hold on. But yeah, Juju was pretty good. I'm a fan of Juju. I just talked about Nicole Paige Brooks. Nicole Paige Brooks. You can't say her name without saying the full name. I told you I saw her. She needed a sandwich. The most legendary thing about her was just the whole her announcing her name and then her low key crushing on them and them all being grossed out by it. That's the most I can really give you of Nicole. And then yeah. Carnage. Just say talk. Oh my god, some of the funniest moments on season 2. I can't take it. Oh yeah, them feet were dying on the edge of glory, okay? But Nicole Paige Brooks. Next up is Mystique Summers Madison. 2-piece and a biscuit. 2-piece and a biscuit. Mystique Summers Madison was really the girl to let you know that I'm a big girl. And I'm from Chicago. And bitch, I'm from Chicago. And I'm a big girl. And I'm from Chicago. And I like to eat. And I'm a big girl. And I'm from Chicago. And I like to eat. I'm Mystique. I'm a big girl. I like to eat. I'm from Chicago. Yikes. I really wasn't a fan. 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 That makeup was a fool, girl, back in the Gap. That makeup was a fool. Like, how do you paint yourself to look like an extra in The Wiz, Miss Thing? I didn't understand that. Then, hold on. Then her demise was the country challenge. Do y'all remember what she came out in? Had the nerve to be living in Texas and saying, well, all the girls who I know who go to the country bars dress like this. I'm looking at her like, bitch, you don't go to country bars. How dare you? How dare you? Oh my God. Oh, she looks good now. Oh, Mario, I agree. She looks really good now. She has pulled it together, but no. She was a fool. She was a bad representation of Texas. And I was just like, oh God, terrible. So when she said, bitch, I'm from Chicago, I was like, ooh, claim it, girl. Claim it. Claim it. We don't want it. That dirty blouse that she already wore before and those pants had stains on it, child. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Like, that was like your makeup top on top of that. Like, no, not a good look. And every wig was dry. Every fucking wig was dry. Every fucking wig was dry. Ugh, it was terrible. Okay. It's not. I'm from Texas, born and raised. That is not, it was not country. That was, girl, I went to the grocery store and I low-key forgot to put on my coat because I had an interview with some shitty job earlier that day outfit. That's what that was. It was low-key an interview outfit. She forgot her jacket in the car and the Uber's left, so she's fucked. That's what that was. Purse included. All she needed was a purse and a jacket and she'd been fine. That's what that was. Am I lying? Am I lying? It's like, girl, she gave you Kroger's grocery store run. No, ma'am. I agree with that. You know what, Nick? I honestly can see that because if you remember in that Untucked, they were going in on her. They were going the fuck in on her, and they were making fun of her down. And her responding, of course, wasn't helping. But at the same time, I do have some heart to say that Morgan was a big ass bully on season 2. I will definitely agree with that one. If any of y'all can argue with me on that, that's fine. But Morgan was low key a bully on season 2, and she thought she was the shit, the shit. Ugh, like, I can't. I just can't. Ugh, I can't. So yeah, saying take the camera off of her. I mean, wouldn't you too? Take the camera off of me. Like, give me a moment. No, I would have said bring it here closer. I'm going to get all this snot up in there. Morgan and Raven. I mean, I liked Raven more than Morgan, but Morgan really, like, was that fucking Chucky face having bitch right there used to be, oh my God. I didn't understand that about Morgan. Morgan was reading folks, but I was like, all them Botox fillers in your face, this thing, you're giving low key child's play Chucky face. Hi, I'm Chucky. Want to play? Every time Morgan came out, I was like, there goes Tiffany, the bride of Chucky. I said, there she go, there she go. I really wasn't a fan of her. I didn't like how she was picking on Mystique. I didn't like how she thought she was just the one. I didn't get it. I didn't understand the confidence. And I hate to be that shady guy to do all that here. And I'm sure Morgan is brilliant. And I've heard a lot of good things about Morgan. And Morgan has done a lot for the drag community in LA as far as giving girls shows and bringing people up. So I give her all her coots for that, for being a real bitch and actually helping people out and being a friend like I have heard of her to do. But if you want to go there about her reading folks and saying she better than people, Miss Thing, that plastic face used to scare me at night. It used to haunt my nightmares, Miss Thing. So no. I'm sure, and you know what? I probably would agree with you on that one. If I saw her in person, I'd probably be like, you know what, bitch is brilliant. But what I saw on that season, no ma'am. I was waiting for her to leave. I really was. Morgan got on my nerves. Especially when she did pink. That was the shittiest pink. I couldn't take that. Ooh, that was a horrible pink. How would you do pink like that? You look just like her. For you to look just like Pink and fuck that up, terrible. Terrible. It was terrible. Um, but I will give her this before I just read and go in and say this girl looked like, the bride of Chucky and all that type of shit. Let's be clear. Morgan's Two of Hearts lip sync was the fucking truth. That bitch was lip syncing for every bit of her money. I'd have thrown dollars. I'd have thrown dollars. She was cutting up that choreography down and her mouth was on every fucking word. So if I'm going to read her for one thing, I'm going to give praise for the other. She can lip sync for filth. So I'll give her that. Now, is she the best lip syncer ever? Oh, God, no. But she wore it out. Ooh, and Sonique. Oh, my God. See, Sonique was doing too much, and that's why Sonique didn't stay. If Sonique had cut up the acrobatics a little bit, she would have stayed. Honestly, in my opinion. No. Morgan would have stayed. Yeah, Morgan would have stayed because Morgan was wearing it out. Morgan was doing choreography, and it was perfect. Like you could tell Morgan's done that for shows before. That's how deep that was. It was like, oh no, this bitch has done this. This is her gig. Oh, it was good. I need to look up that lip sync later. Hey, if you're on Instagram later on today, I'm gonna probably bring up all the lip syncs like we do normally on Instagram, and we'll just go over them together. I want to watch that one. That was a good one. Yeah. So shout outs to Morgan for that, because I may have just went in on you, girl, for giving us nothing but hi, I'm Chucky, wanna play? But you definitely brought lip syncing to the forefront. You had like one really good look. I think it was the Gone with the Window one I really liked, but everything else I just thought she was a big bully, so that kind of ruined my feelings for her throughout the whole season. So off of Morgan, I gave her a lot of time. I did Mystique, I did Morgan. Let's talk about Sonique, because Sonique's going to be on this Holla Slay Christmas special. Sonique, if you remember initially when they did her interviews, she was making it really clear that she was this boy outside of drag, and that in drag she was this woman. So don't confuse her. And then towards the reunion, she had her trans identity come full in front, and it was like, whoa, very interesting. For her to finally come out and give that, and I give her all the credit for being so open and willing to share her journey on television. But Sonique was that bitch. She was flexible as fuck. She could do flips and stuff. I like Sonique because I'm a gymnast too. So for me, I was like, oh yes, bitch, I'd have been backflipping on that stage like crazy, land in the split and just cut the fuck up. Yes. She was shady too. That's some Southern girls. But yeah, Sonique was a good fit for the show. I just think it wasn't a good time for her, if that makes sense. I don't know if they stopped her. I don't remember ever hearing about that. If that was the case, that's really fucked up. Maybe she wanted to say something, but they wouldn't allow her to say it, and so she just sort of kept it to herself, and it kind of fucked with her head. But I do know that with some of the girls who did want to transition or start that process up, I did hear about them saying you need to stop or not have that be what your storyline is, because we're not going to promote that. So, yeah. Let's see here. My God, I've been talking forever. Oh, there's where the other side of that light is. Where? From the tablet. Okay. So we've done. Y'all, thank you for sticking with me here. This has been an hour and 9 minutes, and you have sat here and listened to me just ramble about RuPaul's Drag Race. I love you. I love you. Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure I read all the comments too while I'm doing this. We've done Jessica, Juju, Nicole, Shangela. We've done Morgan, Mystique. Okay. So we need to do Pandora Box. We can do Pandora Box. So Pandora Box was low key. Pandora Box low key got shifted and shafted all of season 2. Am I lying? She low key got shifted and shafted all of season 2. It's the reason is I mean her fashions were fucking horrible. They were fucking horrible. They were the grossest patterns ever. But Pandora was fucking brilliant. A comedy queen for that ass. Okay? She really could give you a good joke. Her Carol Channing was great. You know, it just was oof. Oof. It just was, she didn't have no looks, and her wigs were always so cheap, and that was just really what it was. But she had everything else together. It's like the personality, the charm, the wit, funny, you know, her stories that she gave us every time you listen to Pandora when she would speak. But I don't know, they just were not giving Pandora any love, and Pandora was just out the door. And you know, I feel bad for Pandy. I feel bad for her. But Pandora had that little show after the season. If y'all remember, Pandora was doing the after show for the longest before John Polly was. And shout out to him too. I'd love to do a episode with him on the but yeah, it just wasn't for her. That dance snatch game to this day is one of the best. It really was. She was killing it. Um, I couldn't believe that Tatiana won Snatch Game though over Pandora. I was shocked. Like Tatiana's Britney was good. It was good, but I just thought Carol Channing was gonna win that one. But yeah, Pandora Box. Shout out to you, Pandy. I'd like to call her Pandy, like I know her. Let's see here. So Pandora Box. Oh, I guess next on the list we should just do Sahara Davenport. Sahara Davenport, rest in peace, mother love. You came to that season, girl. You really did. I saw your nipples more than I saw some drag, but you really showed out on that system, girl. You came out and gave us ballet, dance, art, and all that type of stuff. I did feel a little bit that Sahara had some sort of, I don't want to say anything negative about her because she's, you know, not living, but I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, she kind of was an ass for a few bits and pieces of the season and feeling better than others, but I didn't want to go there. She also was very intelligent and sensible at the same time too, but I was more a fan of hers than not a fan. So I really did like Sahara, but it was really sad to hear when she passed away. That was like a huge deal. And Manila then coming up the next season after that, having, you know, being in a relationship with Sahara, it was crazy. And low key before Sharon in Alaska, it was Sahara and Manila. And I think people forget that. It was Sahara and Manila before there was Sharon in Alaska. People forget that shit. Or maybe they don't, they just don't want to remember. But either way, I was a huge fan, and it's sad. I don't even know how she passed away. To this day, I still don't know. I remember when it happened, but I don't remember when they released any of the information, or I may not have just continued to try to look for it or whatnot. But you know, may she rest in peace, and shout out to Sahara Davenport and anybody who's a fan of Sahara Davenport. She's great. So let's get on to the next one here. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I was like, I kept looking because I couldn't see anybody's comments after somebody had said something, and then I was like, what the hell? Hey, Asia. And hey, everybody else who just jumped in here, I apologize. I just paused because I was like, what the hell? Why am I not seeing anything? Okay. I said all chats. So let's see here. So Sahara, oh, I guess next would be our top two. Yeah, so let's do Raven first. So good old Raven. Good old Raven. Raven was the bitch of season 2. Raven was the bitch of season 2. Raven low-key should have been eliminated way early in a couple episodes because she was always in the bottom. They really were not giving her any love for a while. They were not giving her no love. Hey, from Trinidad, how you doing? Yeah, Raven is legendary. Oh, of course she's legendary. Hell, she's doing RuPaul's face. She didn't do it right those first couple seasons, but she's doing it right now. Raven was that bitch. She was entertainment personified for me because Raven was the asshole who no one wanted to be on that season, but she was very good at being. And she gave us all of the time that we needed, okay? Um, Her and Tatiana's whole rivalry, it was everything I needed and then some. Just her facial expressions, like, you know, everything that Raven was that bitch. Did Raven deserve to win season 2? No. Not a chance in hell. There will be nothing anyone can say to me to ever make that fucking statement. Being in the bottom as many times as she was, no. No, 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 no. I don't care how much you liked her. I don't care how much her face was beat. There is no fucking way. Tyra went through that entire season without being in the bottom one time. Okay? There is no way. And no. What's the street from Dallas? Wait. Maddie, what's the street from Dallas, Texas? What's the street from Dallas, Texas? What street? When the producers were shady and showed Raven talking shit about Tatiana You talking about the whole clip they put together? She was a bully. She was a bully if she was mean and you know, she was reading the girls behind their backs and not doing nothing to their face except for Tati, and it really wasn't even like that. She was low-key not reading her to her face. She was doing way more work in the background. But there will be no way in hell I'm ever going to say that Raven deserved to win season 2 just because of how nasty, just because of how bad of an attitude or a character Tyra Sanchez has shown after the season or during the season. There's no way. There's no way. Which then leads us to our winner of season 2. Tyra fucking Sanchez. Now, I'm going to tell y'all where we're going to go with this one, okay? Because I will tell you why I love Tyra so much, and I'm also going to give you reasons why I'm also like, you know, girl, boo, okay? So you know I'm not biased towards the situation. Now, Tyra Sanchez on the boo side, before I get to the good here. First of all, Queen, I don't care how young you are. If you are a father, and I'm not going to say she's a bad father because she's clearly been taking care of her child, so I'm not going to really say nothing on that. And I'm not a father, so I can't speak on being a dad. But when you are, say, a father and you're representing something or someone as big as yourself to your children, I would expect your attitude to be a lot better in person and in public. And I'm speaking from me meeting her one time, a long time ago when she came to Houston Pride, Splash to be exact. It was Black Gay Houston Pride. And she was a little snot. Okay? So I let that go. That was many years ago. That was 8 years ago. But she has a bad attitude. That is not to be forgotten. Now, at the same time, Tyra also has good sides to her too, but I just feel like Tyra's that girl who, if you knew her personally and you were friends with her already, you would say that. But if you don't know her, it would take you a while to get that from her, or really to know who she is, unless she's smiling at you, which you can then feel very good about her, okay? So there we go on that. That is the only thing that I'm going to give to that. Oh, ZZ Chili, I was just waiting for my friend to, I guess, put on a tank top. He had no clothes on, and we were getting dressed to go into Rich's. And Tyra was booked for a performance there, and that was when Nicki Minaj had first came out, so everybody was really, like, on that itty bitty piggy shit or whatever. So my friend saw her and, like, ran up and was like, oh, Tyra. She goes, don't. Okay, let's try that again. Say hi. And I was like, whoa. Like, he just came up to be like, oh my God, hi, I'm so excited to see you. You're like my favorite on Drag Race. And she was like, don't. I was like, ooh, bitch. Ooh, bitch. So, me personally, I sat in the back and I just waved and said hello. And then she did this number to me. And I was like, good. Because I'd be damned if that was going to happen to me. Miss Thing, if that happened to me, oh, she'd have got red. I told my friend, "How do you feel after that?" He was like, "I didn't like her putting her hand in my face, but I mean, I understand." I kind of ran up on her. I said, "No. You didn't run up. You just was like, Tyra," and she said, "No," and it was just crazy. But that was a situation years ago, so I don't hold that against her. But if y'all like stories about shit like that, I got plenty of them from these Drag Race girls who I've seen in shows do shit, who are like, "Oh, I'm so nice in person." No, you're not. But yeah. But Tyra Sanchez on to this win that she deserved, that she claimed that she had in her grasp, honey. Let me tell you something. Um, Tyra killed that season. Nobody can tell me differently. There were a couple of bumps in the road. The Rock Star Challenge where they had to sing and shit, and she came out as Beyonce. Boo. Uh, when she did Beyonce for Snatch Game, boo. That was terrible. The nicest one who I met, honestly, was, I mean, Kennedy Davenport was really sweet to me. Kennedy Davenport was super nice to me. So yeah, I'd say it would be between Kennedy and Bianca. They were both really nice to me. Kennedy was drunk and she was still super nice to me. And I was like, I'm sorry to walk up on you. She's like, no, baby, it's okay. What you want to say? I was like, I'm such a fan. She's like, thank you, love. Ask Jamar. He was right next to me when I was talking to her. And I was like, I have a show on YouTube and I talk about you. And I said, I make jokes sometimes about, this, but I'm not reading you, girl. I'm just making jokes. She goes, oh, honey, I know. Everybody reads this bitch. So for those of you who tried me on that level, like, girl, you'd be reading her. No, she knows I be capping. She knows I cap her. I love her the same, but she knows I cap. And she comes to Houston all the time, so. I regret not meeting Monique. Jamar got to meet Monique. I wanted to meet Monique, but yeah, so. But okay, back to this. Tyra Sanchez slayed every fucking. The wedding challenge, like, y'all, that was legendary. That was legendary. Yeah, that was legendary. The wedding challenge, that girl was on her knees, popped up, walked down that runway, had glued those appliques to her body. Miss Thing, Miss Thing, Miss Thing. You better give Tyra Sanchez all the coots in the world. And then got red and had got stuck by all the girls on the runway, calling her out, calling her this rude person. She stood by her grounds, Miss Thing, and then when she won the challenge, walked to the back of the stage and put the veil over her face. You cannot give her coots. You have to give her coots. You have to. You have to. Oh my God. It was everything. Like, oh, here comes the bride. Pop. Boom. I was like, yes. Oh, I remember screaming that shit. Oh, thank you, Delta Girl. Yeah, I'm actually growing out my hair. So this is about to be a process. This is going to go as long as I possibly can. I'm going to continue to shave my sides, but I'm going to keep growing and growing and growing. Oh, yeah, the country one was cute. Low key, Tyra was the girl to give us 3-in-1 looks, too. I'm trying to think on season 1 who was the girl that really did that the most, and I really can't think of anybody. Tyra was the 3-in-1 look girl. That's when we really got that from her. You're serving good faces always, man. Thank you, Caproo. Appreciate it. I actually feel like womp womp today, but it's okay. I'll feel better tomorrow. But yeah, so Tyra Sanchez. Oh my God. And also what was it, the book ball? Or whatever it was, not the book ball, the ball episode. Miss Thing, that white dress. Excellence. Excellence. That white dress was excellence. Excellence. I'm working on the podcast right now. I didn't want to start one without Jamar just yet because me and Jamar are supposed to do one first. And me and him had that conversation way before I said I was going to do one by myself. So that is in the works, though. That is very much coming up. You think she should have got banned from DragCon? Here's the thing. I don't want to say that she should have got banned from DragCon for that year, though. I can agree with that. Like for this past year or this year's DragCon in that situation, I do agree that I wouldn't have wanted her to come to the show or be there after saying what she did, even though it was mistaken or misplaced or whatever you want to, not mistaken, misconstrued. There we go. But it really wasn't. She made and alluded to violence or acts of violence to happen, but it really wasn't a promotion for that. But who is to know when you're already being put in a hot seat for always getting into arguments and being aggressive towards other people? So I can't necessarily say that, you know, it's not fair that they did that to her. It's just you cannot do something like that and expect for no consequences to happen to you. Okay? There is a lot to do with RuPaul's Drag Race and racism, absolutely. And, you know, we can go down the line with that. But in that case there, she shot her own self in the foot with that one. All right? Honestly, that's another Tatiana. That's another reason why I don't fully live and breathe for Tati, because honestly, Tati acts like Tyra is the one to always be the aggressor in every situation. When in fact, I've seen and been shown where Tatiana has been very antagonistic. And so I can't roll with shit like that all the time. I love Tati now and I love stuff about her. But when that whole argument came about with the leaking of phone number shit and how petty that was, and then when she made fun of her for working at a job that was like an Amazon fulfillment center. So you're making fun of somebody who now has a job and does stuff like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. That was weird. I didn't like that. It's like, so now you're knocking somebody for working because they're not doing what you're doing with the full-time job and drag because you're making more money than her. That's not cool. So I didn't like that shit. Yeah, it's just like shaming the guy from the Cosby Show. It's the exact same thing. That man's not working the way he used to work, so why are you knocking him for getting some money to feed his family? The fuck you mean? Ooh, I hated that about her. Jay Sims. Hey, Maddie, my best friend put me on your videos for American Horror Story, and honey, I can't get enough of you. Oh, thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Yeah, but Tati and Raven were definitely victim queens, but that happens when girls of privilege do shit like that. That part. But yeah, that is season 1, season 2. Season 2 was interesting. There was a lot more drama, way more points, and the lip syncing was way better. Oh, so many iconic lip sync moments here. But Tyra Sanchez was the winner of season 2, and BB Zahar Benet was the winner of season 1. Yes, honey, yes. Necro Puppet, I'm glad you got to be here too, babes. Welcome to the team. Necro's always on my Instagram, so good to see you here on the YouTube live videos. Yeah, Black Velvet. Yeah, Juju Beat shut that shit down. And she was low-key drunk when she did it too, so that made it even better. She was all sweaty and just you know, giving us life. But they are Dre because God forbid a chick defends herself. Where can I send in questions for your next podcast? Gregory, the podcast is on a break. Right now, because that's the Matt and Mar show for the Q&A. What I can do, because I am pulling up new schedules right now for shows. Oh, shit. Housewives of Atlanta is tonight. I got to get my review ready for that. If you want to, I am going to do 3 and 4. That will be next Sunday. So we'll do that next Sunday. We'll make this a Sunday gig where we do Drag Race talk, okay? For the questions, for the Q&A, what I'll go ahead and do for you guys, because I'm not going to make this a Matt and Mar thing. That is our own show. We will keep that gig going. I'm going to have another show coming up where I do, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to do that because it's me and Mars thingy, and I want to be fair. Because I don't want to do that to him. I guess, well, I do the call-in show. I still can do... Oh, that's right. I haven't done that since last week. What about the movies? Ooh! That was another thing I wanted to say, too, Alatex. I'm supposed to go see 3 movies tomorrow and Tuesday. And I wanted to get some movie reviews done for you kids. The pop culture bit, that's Fridays, babe. We're going to do that Fridays. I want to do that with Fridays for the hot topics with you guys because I need the whole week to go through before I can get to the tea. Now, if something pops off though, if something pops off though, I'm gonna get on here sooner than later, and you know it. So if some shit happens and y'all see it, you know where I'm at. You know where I'm at on Instagram. You hit up my inbox. Maddie, did you see shit go down? Let me read, bitch, and I'm gonna get on live and we can talk about it. Jimmy Pink, are you in my room? I have thoughts on Christmas Queens. Honey, Jimmy Pink, did you not see my live, bitch? I had thoughts on it too, sis. Now I know T, Jimmy. I don't know if you know T about it, but I know T on the Christmas Queen stunt girl. So if you would like me to have that conversation with you in private, honey, you know I will, because I know some stuff. Um, but yes. Hey Raven. But yeah, we Hot Topics is coming about. I had Alexander Rogers tell me, he was like, "Girl, you be really funny when you talk about Hot Topics, so I need you to really get into it more." So I'll go ahead and do that. That's gonna be more of a midweek thing when something happens, or if it pops up again. Like I said, I'm coming on this live. Ooh, never use those words in the same sentence again. I will be on this live, and I will get this together. Okay. But yeah, movie reviews. I'm trying to do a full block of them where I see them and just do like a 5 minute a piece, a little bit for them. Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming up. Love you too, Takesha. Or Keisha. If I don't. I'm sorry if I'm putting that together wrongly, baby. Um, Delta girl, thank you, Alex. I love Alex. That is my friend to the end, honey. I'm so thankful to have met him. He's such good people, good heart. Where was I at? Oh, Housewives of Atlanta and Housewives of New Jersey is this week, y'all. So I will be reviewing the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if you watch that show, I'll be doing that. And also, if you watch the Housewives of New Jersey with Teresa and the gang, I'll be doing that. So we'll have time to talk about Nene and Friends and Teresa and Friends this week. So that will be Monday and Thursday morning episodes for Matty Rants channel. Tuesdays evening, we're gonna do live chats. Don't forget about Spyro Reignited. um, okay, great. I'm glad I said thank you. Tuesday nights, we're doing call-in shows. So I will be posting the number for everybody on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook. If you are following me on there, you need to be following me so you get these updates. Okay. Um, I will be posting the number also in the description as well when we do those live videos. Those are call-in episodes. So you can call in, ask me a question, just make a statement or bring up a topic that we can talk about, and we will do that. And it'll be an hour and a half long show, 90 minutes of good tea time with you guys, my rant pack, my rant teas, okay? Well, I don't know when Pose comes back on Ebony. They haven't made the announcement yet, but I do know that they're currently in writing right now for season 2, and they've started the writing process. So they are currently on the go for season 2. So they're working on it, but we don't have a date just yet. Expected around the same time as it was this last past year. So that's Tuesdays. You have your Monday, you have your Thursday, you got your Tuesday, oh, and also, I'm sorry, Thursdays too is for American Horror Story. So for those of you who are watching American Horror Story, please go catch all my recap videos. They are on the library, darling. And we have that next episode coming up this week, and I can't wait to see it because I was too through with the shitty ass episode that was this Halloween episode with American Horror Story. So I'm glad we finally get back to that again. Friday nights, will you be able to call in from South America? Gregory, I believe possible. I'm going to have to see. I believe it's a toll-free number that I'm going to give you. So give me a moment on that. I'll have the number up. If it's toll-free, you should be able to call in, babe, okay? That's the reason why I used a different number for the last time. Yeah, 38 minutes, 11 seconds, Alicia. Let's see here. Next week's there won't be shit. Last week was shit. Yeah, it was. It was garbage. It was hot fucking garbage. It was a piece of fucking shit. It was fucking terrible. It was fucking terrible. It's terrible. Yeah. Oh, and then again, Wednesday night, I do my after show of American Horror Story as well. Y'all have to, I'm sorry, I gotta post the whole schedule of what I do so y'all know when to catch me. I'm gonna make that list up and post it on my social media pages. But Wednesday night is the American Horror Story after show. As soon as the episode ends, literally for those on Central and Eastern time frame, I then go live for 30 minutes and we talk about it, okay? So yes. Shit, I do have a whole little run through with YouTube now. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, y'all can catch me on YouTube Saturdays and Sundays as well. Basically, you hoes have me for every fucking day. How about that? Because I love you, and I love you so much. Okay. So we're ending this live now. Oh, I know, Matthew. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I know. I gotta end this, kids. I'm tired and I've talked for about an hour and 34 minutes, and I low-key want to have some moment with my peach soda by myself, okay? Whew. So, I feel like the season of American Horror Story has been 90% backstory. I mean, we low-key needed it, Anthony, just because it was the apocalypse and they low-key dropped us in on a whole, like, by the way, everybody's dead and there's only like 7 people alive type of shit. Except they're not. So, we needed a little bit of it, but this last backstory moment in American Horror Story was so unnecessary and all that type of stuff again. Keith, it's okay. You can watch the video. I understand. I saw all of your messages last time. Thank you so much. And also, thank you for your donation, too. I saw that as well. Whew, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to speak and spit at the same time. Shit. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. So yes, I need to enjoy my Sunday as I want you to enjoy your Sunday. Remember, everybody, it doesn't matter what you look like, what you sound like, who is there for you. Love yourself first. Love yourself first. Take care of yourself mentally. Don't let people get into your bad space. There should never be one. Don't let them create one for you. You represent your own positivity, okay? It starts with you first, and then it can then flow to everybody else, all right? Don't be sad. Don't ever be sad. You find a way to smile. If you had to come here and watch one of my videos and listen to me read somebody for filth, girl, do that. Whatever it takes. Don't be sad. We got too much to live for. To be sad and to be worried about what other people feel about who we are in this world, okay? All right. That's how we gonna leave it. Hugs and kisses. All my best love and wishes to you. It's your boy, Matty Rants. Signing out. Mwah. Take care. And follow me on my other social media pages, bitches. I love you. Bye.